is Brian Pillman in WWE or in WCW right now? Yeah.
I think he just did the whole thing at Super Brawl.
Okay.
Booker
yeah.
Man.
So that's right. Yeah. So he's still here. He hadn't quite. That's right. Because he's still injured.
He actually, he might be right in between. He might be in ECW at this point.
No, I think he's about to pop up because I remember. Well, you'll see from the story, but I remember when he popped up in ECW, he was on crutches with his foot all wrapped up. So
when he was going to whip out his Johnson and take a piss right here in this ring,
and he dropped the N-word. So
did he really?
Yeah, that's why he dropped the N-word during his promo. That's why they literally had to hold New Jack backstage. That was one time where he had an actual gripe with somebody and could claim for all the world to see, hey, he said it. Not
right,
just,
but no one said it to him. He says everybody says it to him. So
that's true.
Not excusing. I'm just saying, just going off of what he says.
Right. They called me the N-word, so I stabbed him in the ring. Like, does everybody just whip out the N-word to you? Because wow, man, that seems a little weird. But anyway, Brian Pillman was released from the hospital last week, 4 days after suffering numerous serious injuries in a car accident. When police and medics arrived on the scene of the accident, Pillman had lost so much blood that they initially believed he wouldn't survive. His face was so swollen. I know. Well, his face was so swollen that his own sister couldn't identify him at the hospital, and he spent the first 3 days in the hospital in the burn unit. The worst injury was a completely crushed ankle, and they had to remove a bone from his hip to use in the surgery to reconstruct it. He also suffered a broken nose, fractured cheekbone, and dislocated jaw, and had facial surgery to fix all of that, and currently has his jaw wired shut. Pillman wasn't wearing his seatbelt, which probably saved his life in this case, and he would have been crushed inside the vehicle otherwise. Pillman had plastic surgery and 4 steel plates put in his face, and he was released from the hospital. He still has 1 more surgery to go, and they'll eventually need to remove the steel rod that was put into his ankle after the first ankle surgery. Good Lord, that's a lot to digest.
I've always found it crazy that his worst injury was an ankle injury out of a freaking car crash.
Yeah, from what I had heard, and I'm sure, because is it the season premiere of Dark Side of the Ring that's going to be on Pillman?
I think so.
Yeah, so I'm sure they'll get into, well, I know they'll get into all of this on there, but supposedly his ankle was turned all the way around to where his foot faced behind him.
Damn, man.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Sounds made up.
I know. And this is the second story, by the way. And this is a weird stat because I only remember this because you commented on it. It's like, how many times do you hear the phrase, him not wearing a seatbelt probably saved his life?
Yeah.
Because we said that about Eddie Guerrero during his wreck, because it threw him out of the car and into a tree, but he, not into the side of the tree, but, up into the branches, so it, caught him. Man, you want to talk about, somebody looking down on you. Good grief.
It wasn't time.